Welcome back to Bert's Boutique Crochet. Sorry I haven't posted any videos for the last few days. I've had to do a few boring things such as go to work. But I'm going to show you today how to do the half triple crochet and the triple crochet. They're the UK names. You will find if you watch American videos they call them a half double crochet and a double crochet. Again, confusing I know, but I'm going to stick with the UK names for now. Okay, so I've shown you before how to do your chain. So we've got a chain of 10 here as before. And instead of starting on the second stitch from the hook, we're going to start from the third stitch from the hook. That's because a half triple crochet, which I'm going to show you first, is that much bigger than a double crochet. So we're starting from the third stitch down, which means we'll only actually be left with 8 stitches in total once this row is completed. So much the same as a double crochet, if you remember to start that you entered the hook directly into the stitch we started with, like so. With this stitch there's just one added extra step in that we yarn over the hook first and then enter the stitch as before. So can you see here you've still got your 2 strands on top and then one on the bottom. Okay, so the same as with a double crochet, you pull a loop through, but the difference being here, instead of having 2 loops left on the hook, you've actually got 3, hence triple crochet. This is obviously a half triple, so the only next step that you do is the same as before, pull a loop through, but through all 3 as opposed to the 2 you were doing last time, and that's your first stitch. Okay, I'll show you again. So yarn over the hook, that's the only step that's different from before, into the next stitch, pull a loop through, you're left with 3 stitches on your hook, grab a loop and pull through all 3. So your extra step, yarn over the hook, enter into the next stitch, pull a loop through, 3 stitches on the hook and pull through all 3. So there we've got 3. The 2 stitches, this is a bit more complicated, so don't worry about this, but the 2 stitches you actually ignored at the start, if you remember we started on the 3rd stitch down, actually creates your first chain here, and then we've got 3 stitches, so we're going to make 8 stitches, but you will have 9. Bit confusing, don't worry about that, just master the actual stitch to start with. So I'll show you the last 5 a bit quicker. Pause it and rewind if I'm going too fast. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So that's your first row of half double crochet. Half triple crochet I should say, apologies. Okay, moving on to your triple crochet. We're back to your 10 chains. The steps are basically the same as the half triple to start with, and I'll show you the difference as we go. The one difference being with this one, instead of starting on the 3rd stitch down, we start on the 4th stitch down. This is because, again, this stitch is a bit bigger than your half triple crochet. So you've got your double, which is the smaller one, then your half triple is slightly bigger, and your triple is slightly bigger than that. So this creates your first chain. Again, don't worry too much, the whys and wherefores of that. It will become clear the more experience you get. So we're starting on the 4th one down. Okay, so much the same as the half triple. You yarn over to start with. You insert your hook into the stitch that you're aiming to go for and pull a loop through. So you're left with 3 loops on your hook. This is all exactly the same as your half triple to start with. Here comes the different part. Instead of grabbing a loop of yarn and pulling through all three, we break it down into 2 stages. So you grab a loop of yarn and pull through the first 2, which leaves you with 2 stitches on your hook, and then we grab another loop of yarn and pull through that too. So it's just slightly more complicated, but nothing that you can't do, it's just an added step. So that's your first one done. So the same as before, you yarn over, you enter your hook into the next available stitch, you grab a loop of yarn to pull through and make sure you have 3 stitches, but instead of going through all 3, you go through the first 2 and then grab another loop and through the next 2. So I'll show you again quite slowly. Yarn over, enter your hook into the next available stitch, grab a loop and pull through. You're left with 3 stitches. Grab a loop, pull through the first 2 and then the second 2. So I'll do the rest of the row quite quickly. This all becomes second nature. When you get used to it, you can do it near enough with your eyes closed. And into the last one. And there we go. So this creates quite a slightly sort of wider, I don't know if you can see here, row as before. So you've got your double crochet, which is your narrower row, then your half triple crochet is slightly larger, and then your triple crochet here is larger still. Okay, so now you've mastered those first 3 stitches, the next video I will show you how to make something using those stitches. Okay, so go back through them, make sure you understand the differences between them all, and then check back for your next video.